Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Worst Possible Commander Show, brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. It's me, it's CGB, and I'm here with my friends to play some Commander. We've got Blake, we've got Ben, we've got Shea, and this is the Worst Possible Commander Show, where we talk about the worst possible of the worst possible things. Ooh. And do you think the branding got across?
I think so.
All right,
I think
cool.
we got it.
You can use the promo code CGB5 to get a 5% discount at CoolStuffInc.com on any sweet cards that you see here, or cool products, or other kinds of board games and fun stuff, and it tells them that you watch the show. So thank you very much to everybody who uses our promo code. And if you stay till the end and you leave a comment that makes the winner of the game just light up their senses, just totally brightens their day, you could win a $50 gift code to CoolStuffInc.com. So, housekeeping out of the way, our Rule Zero, the reason we call it the Worst Possible Commander Show is because we go around the table and we talk about the worst possible thing our deck can do, as well as telling you a little bit about our commander and why we chose the deck. So, my commanders today, I think it's the first time I've done partners.
Yeah.
Partner-ish. They're not actually partners. They're friends forever.
Aww.
I've got Hargilde, Hargilde, the kindly rune chanter, which is 2 and a blue-white for a 2/3 legendary human. It taps for 2 colorless mana. I can only use that to cast artifacts or activate the abilities of artifacts. It's friends forever. And the friend is Bjorna, Nightfall Alchemist. This, for a blue and a red, is a 1/3, and it can tap to sack an artifact and deal 1 damage to target creature, and I goad that creature. And these are actually from they were first introduced in the Secret Lair for Stranger Things. Spoopy. Ooh. And for those curious, this would be Lucas and this would be Dustin. So, I wish I had those skins because I don't know about you guys. I spent my 4th of July weekend watching a lot of Stranger Things. The last 2 episodes were a lot, but it was pretty epic. And on top of that, it was 4th of July weekend. So, Murica, I've got red, white, and blue as the colors for today's episode. The worst possible things I can do to you, this is an artifact combo deck. There's a lot of bad things I can do to you, and it's kind of hard to introduce it, but there's a lot of ways for me to draw my deck and make infinite mana and take those long turns that I'm sure everybody here really loves. I know our editor loves editing them. Yeah, shout out to the editor. And so I'm just going to give you some cards, and if you can, you guys should kill them on sight because they're usually leading straight to combos. Jeskai Ascendancy, whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I untap my creatures. There's also +1/+1, but that isn't the core bit of it. There's Emery, Lurker of the Lock. So like this with Jeskai Ascendancy and a cheap artifact, I can like cast all these cheap artifacts from my graveyard. If I have like a mana generating creature, I make a lot of mana. Displacer Kitten. There is also a coveted jewel in here. You guys remember how that works. Mm-hmm. And there's Basalt Monolith, which it can tap to untap itself. But if I find a way to make 1 more mana or reduce the activated ability of the monolith, it makes infinite colorless mana. So if you see cards like these, just kill them.
Cool.
So save the editor. Hashtag save the editor. All right, Blake, what are you playing today and what's the worst possible thing it's going to do to me?
I just want to say, Ben and I, we have the keyword friends forever as well. So
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's very friendly. In any case, I'm playing Ruric Thar, the Unbowed. I call this my revenge deck. So this is a 6-mana 6/6 with Vigilance and Reach, and it must attack each combat if able. Whenever a player, including myself, casts a 9-creature spell, Ruric Thar deals 6 damage to that player. So this is my revenge on CGB. Now, I have another revenge. I have Triumph of the Hordes and Crater of Behemoth. It's my revenge on Shea. I still have a cough from the 100 and something poison damage that I took. I still have a lingering cough from that.
He's never been the same.
I've not. It's okay though. And then I also have Warstorm Surge as my revenge against Ben. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna see, I'm gonna try to kill everybody with the revenge cards if possible. We're gonna see what we can do here.
It's the revenge tour.
It is,
Blake.
yes. I'm going worldwide.
Ben, what commander have you brought? What's the worst possible thing you're going to do?
So I am doing a spider-themed deck. I won't say tribal because there's one tree folk in it, and I don't have like anthems for a tribal deck in it. But anyway,
You're not going to call it a tribal deck because you have one tree folk in it?
yes.
You would love my tribal decks.
Yeah. 16
Go on.
vampires.
Anyway, it's Ishkanah Grafwidow. It's a legendary, obviously, spider. It has reach, it's a 3/4. It has delirium, which when there's 4 or more different card types among cards in my graveyard, when it enters the battlefield, I create 3, 1, 2 green spider creature tokens with reach. And then for a black and 6, total of 7 mana, target opponent loses 1 life for each spider I control. And for my worst possible, we usually see this combination on Shea's side of the board, but I'm kind of doing a like, I don't know, what is that word?
Tribute? Or
Tribute, yeah.
A tribute.
That's it.
This is just a tribute.
We're all pretending to be Shea over
Yeah.
here.
I guess so.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah,
I'm so
so
honored.
everyone knows Exquisite Blood, Sanguine Bond combo, of course.
Do you have a way to make infinite or like 100 some mana? Because you could just activate Ishkanah open-ended until we all died if you have that.
I do have a Wilderness Reclamation to untap all my lands. On
Not
each.
quite infinite,
Yeah,
but-
not infinite, but I can at least do it everybody's turn.
All right.
So-
I want a best possible version of that deck with like an infinite
Yeah.
mana combo so you
Okay.
can drain them with your commander. That would be
Yes.
sick.
That would be
Okay.
sick.
All right. Shea, who have you brought? What's your worst possible thing that you'll do to us?
Yes, today I have Wilhelt the Rotcleaver as my commander. It costs 4, he's a zombie warrior. Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. So he's a 3/3. So this is Zombies Tribal.
Oh. Do you have any non-zombies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Exactly.
True tribal.
guys.
Trubal.
Exactly. True.
Okay. All right. They're already looking at the deck list.
Yeah.
Comments are going to inflame.
And as far as my worst possible, I've got Rooftop Storm. It costs 6, it's an enchantment. You may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells you cast.
So free zombies. Got it.
Free zombies, and that in combination with a Sararak, the Archleech?
Arcleech.
Archleech.
Arcleech.
Yes, it's a 3 mana cost zombie wizard. When he enters the battlefield, if you haven't completed Tomb of Annihilation, return a Sararak, the Archleech, to its owner's hand and venture into the dungeon. Whenever it attacks, for each opponent, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token unless that player sacrifices a creature. So the trickiness that I can do here is when this enters the battlefield, haven't completed the dungeon, return to hand, cast it again with my Rooftop Storm, and I will be using the dungeon Lost Mind of Fandelver, which has this ability here. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. So sort of a tricky way to drain you all.
Yeah, so you're never going to complete the Tomb of Annihilation, which
Correct.
means you can cast a Sararak as much as you want to, which
Yes.
means eventually we all get lost in the what is that? The
Mind of
dark
Fandelver.
pool.
Oh, no.
The
Yes,
dark
the
pool.
dark pool.
Oh my gosh.
And we die.
Spooky.
Extra
I don't wanna
spooky.
die.
I really wish a Sararak were actually Vecna because of the new Stranger
Oh.
Things season. That would be so
That'd have been a
flavorful.
sick altar.
All right. Cool, guys. Well, this sounds like it's going to be a feisty, somewhat tribal, somewhat not revenge-filled game. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. All right, we're ready to start the game. Ben, you won the die roll, but first, I have a pre-game action.
Oh my gosh.
No!
What?
I am going to play Gemstone Caverns because if it's in your opening hand and you're not the starting player, you may begin the game with Gemstone Caverns on the battlefield. Look at this pog face. On the battlefield. Let's go. And I get a luck counter. I have to exile a card from my hand. But it's basically like getting like ramp on turn 0, which is kind of hype. So I'm going to exile this Razor-Tide Bridge, which is an artifact blue-white land that enters the battlefield tapped.
Let's go, dude. How many times have you had that when you've been first?
Once. This time. This is it.
That's it.
I've done it. I've peaked.
All right, everything's downhill from here.
Go ahead, Ben.
We'll draw for turn. The first turn, I will play a forest, and that will pass.
Draw for turn. Swampy swamp. Pass the turn.
Passy pass.
All right, draw. I'm going to play an Academy Runes, though, and I'm going to cast Oswald Fiddlebender using my luck counter for white. And Oswald is white and a tap and sacrifice an artifact and search your library for an artifact with mana value equal to that +1 and put it onto the battlefield. So it's like a birthing pod for artifacts as a legendary creature. Your turn.
Forest go.
Draw for a turn. I will play another forest. I will tap both those forests for a juvenile Gloom Widow. 1/3 reach and wither. Your turn, Shea.
Okay. Draw for turn. Swamp. Tap 2 for Undead Augur. When Undead Augur or another zombie you control dies, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Then I'll pass the turn.
All right. I need to find an artifact for Ozzy here. I'm going to play Prismatic Vista. I'm going to sacrifice it, pay 1. All right. Use my luck counter for white, play Bygone Bishop. Whenever I cast a creature spell with mana value 3 or less, I investigate, aka make a clue. And I will attack the player who brought Ruric Thar to this game for 2. That would be
that
you,
me?
Blake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you.
Just checking.
Your turn.
All right. Draw for turn. Another forest. And I'm just going to Farseek for a tapped Stomping Ground. And it'll be Ben's go.
Right, I will untap. Draw for turn. I will play a swamp. Yeah, I will declare an attack at CGB for 1 wither.
1 wither.
His life total can't handle it.
So wait, if I block that, this gets a permanent -1/-1
Yeah.
counter. Do I get a poison counter?
No.
Nope.
No. Do I personally wither
Yeah.
if I take the damage?
It's your soul.
I
Your
don't
soul
know.
withers.
That's your option. That's your.
I'm going to take 1 damage.
Okay, then I'll pass.
I'm just over here withering.
Cavern of Souls.
Naming.
Zombies.
Zombie,
Close call.
Zombie. Zombie.
Hey.
Then we're tapping 3, including my Cavern of Souls. Lord of the Accursed. Other zombies you control get +1/+1. Then I can also pay 2 and tap. All zombies gain menace until end of turn. Coming to you, CGB.
It's the luck counter.
It's
Everybody
the luck
wants,
counter, yeah.
Everybody
I
wants
want
the luck.
We all want a piece.
Pre-game ramp is good.
Yeah.
I take 3 damage.
Alrighty, I'll pass the turn to you.
All right, I'm going to play a Glimmer Void, which says at the beginning of the end step, if you control no artifacts, sacrifice Glimmer Void. And it adds for 1 mana vein color. Forgot to mention that. Pretty cool ability. All right. I'm going to cast Psy Master Thopterist, and I'm going to trigger Bygone Bishop, so that makes a clue. And Psy Master Thopterist says, whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter, and I can sacrifice the Thopter for 1 and a blue to draw a card. It's also 1/4, big bootied Artificer.
No.
So I've got this clue, and I'm going to use Oswald Fiddlebender to sacrifice this 0-cost artifact, which means I get to go fetch a 1-mana artifact.
Oh. Ooh, it's the pretty one too.
All right, I'm going to tap that beautiful Soul Ring, and I'm going to cast Azorius Signet,
Oh.
which is going to make a Thopter. And then I'm going to move to, I guess I could attack, but I'm not going to, because you guys seem to be after me. So I'm going to move to my end step and create the Glimmer Void will not die because I have artifacts. Your turn, Blake.
All right. I will untap. Draw for turn. I'll play a mountain. You're going to pay for it and cast a Guardian Project. This is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or a creature in your graveyard, draw a card.
I like
So
that
basically
card.
every creature I play draws me a card. That's not a token.
What is that?
Go ahead, Ben.
I'll untap. I'll draw a card. Ooh, I like ramp. I'll play yet another forest. I will tap 4 and play Penumbra Spider.
Whoa.
Reach, it's a 2/4. When it dies, it creates a 2/4 black spider creature token with reach. And I'll pass my turn.
Play an island. We'll tap 4. Cavern of Souls being one of them. For Undead Alchemist, if a zombie you control would deal combat damage to a player, instead that player mills that many cards. Whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from their library, exile that card and create a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
You're going for the deck.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
So it's instead of damage, it mills?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She's coming.
She's
coming after the library.
You'll now have 90 life. Let's go.
Fun. I will send the Undead Augur to Blake. 3 damage. Well, instead of damage, we're milling.
All right, I will take the 3 and hopefully mill creatures instead of lands because I really need lands. Was it a land?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it a land?
Yep, that's a land too.
And a
that-
gratuitous violet? I messed up.
That's all the things. I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to play a Curse of Opulence, and I'm going to enchant Blake. So this says, whenever enchanted player is attacked, create a gold token. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. So now, if you guys need mana, you can just attack Blake here and get gold, which is basically a treasure. I'm going to use treasures to
Except
represent
it
them.
doesn't tap.
It does not.
Whoa.
I'm going to use my Soul Ring to cast a Spellskite, last card in my hand. And that's going to trigger Bygone Bishop, and it's going to trigger Psymaster Thopterist. So I'm going to make a Thopter token and a Clue token. I will attack Blake with my Bygone Bishop, and that will trigger the curse. So I'll create a gold token that's going to look like this treasure.
No blocks.
You feel targeted?
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, is it? Man.
No!
No, that's what I was looking for. I'm going to use Oswald, and I'm going to sacrifice the gold token, and I'm going to search for another 1-mana artifact. I'm getting Basilisk Collar.
Oh, snap.
So this gives equipped creature Death Touch and Lifelink.
Now, does Bjorna deal damage to target creature?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have the red mana to cast my beautiful commander this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and equip the Basilisk Collar to the Thopter to make you guys think twice about attacking me. And it's your turn.
All right, I will untap. All right, I will play a Gruul Signet. And then I will tap 4 for a Solemn Simulacrum. This will trigger Guardian Project to draw a card. Then I'll pass the turn to Ben.
I'm going to tap a forest and the Lanimore Waste to play a Golgari Signet. Then I will tap a Golgari Signet and 2 forests to play a Kessig Recluse. It is a 2/3 reach Death Touch spider.
Oh!
Oh man, getting crazy. And then I'll pass.
You're not gonna get your treasure off me, dude?
Oh
I'm not
yeah, that's a
blocking.
good point.
Okay.
I will swing 2 creatures at Blake.
You can do it with 1.
Ben's all
He's
in.
goaded
Oh,
into
is it?
sauce. I'm taking 3.
Okay. One
And you
with
get a
one.
treasure. I would like to draw
I
you
get a
treasure.
gold token,
Can I draw for him,
actually?
please? I made you a foil gold token.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
You should probably only attack him with 1 spider
Love
next
it.
time for that.
Love it. I will pass it, Shea.
Polluted Delta. I'm going to sacrifice it and pay a life. Thank you. All right, so I grabbed Watery Grave. It's going to enter tapped. Tap in 4, including Cavern of Souls, to cast my commander.
Oh boy.
All right, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm thinking.
You can attack me.
And you could block with your
I
sad
will probably
robot.
chump with the old sad robot.
You'll get to draw a card.
If you attack me with these 2, I might mill something that you can get.
Right.
Please don't mill lands, but
I'm going to hope that it's...
that's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to send these 2 at you.
I'll jump the 2/3.
The 2.
I'm gonna jump the 3/3.
Okay.
Trigger draw card.
Yep.
Actually,
Oh,
it's
combat
on
damage would happen
damage.
first.
Ooh,
Yep.
right. Okay.
And that means that the mill happens
Yep.
first because it's Shea's trigger.
Oh yeah, so 2.
Correct.
Quartzwood Crasher's gone.
Exile.
Ooh, and I'll make a 2/2.
Oh my.
Traitor.
Oh no.
Well, that's okay. You weren't trying to get revenge on Shea anymore anyway. You made a deal.
Yeah. And you get 2 zombies.
No! Can I draw you a gold token now?
Yes, I also need to make 2 zombies. Sweet. So then I'm going to move to my end step, and I will sacrifice a zombie to Wilhelt. And when I do, I'll draw a card that will also trigger Undead Augur.
Draw 2 and then make a Decade?
Draw 2 and make a Decade. Thank you very much, CGB.
You do have to lose 1 life to the Undead Augur.
Thank you, yes. Okay, that's the end of my turn. I'll pass to you.
Okay, the Undead Army is showing up. All right, Blake, I'm attacking you for 1 in the air with this thing that says Spirit, but is actually another Thopter token.
My immersion is ruined, but I shall take 1 and draw you a gold token.
Please draw me a gold token. I can't take the criticism from Ben anymore.
Make his not foil. That'd be hilarious.
No. There's our foil. Mine has to be foil. Dude, no. I will not stand for this. All right. I am going to use Oswald and white mana, and I'm going to sacrifice this to get another 1-drop artifact. All right, let's start setting up the combos. I'm getting Altar of the Brood. This says whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under my control, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. All right, blue and red. I'm going to cast my first commander here. Just call it Lucas, but it's Bjorna, Nightfall Alchemist. And I'm going to trigger a few things. Bygone Bishop is going to make another clue. This makes everybody mill 1, except for me.
Bye, Takanuma.
Assault formation.
Oh,
Dang it.
Were you looking forward to that one?
I
that's
was.
a big part of his deck.
Yeah. There's only 2 cards in the deck that do that.
All right, my commander entering is another trigger, so everybody mill another 1, please.
Come on, not the other one.
Oh, not Lucille.
Yes.
Got my Eternal Witness.
All right, after that, I'm done.
I will attempt to cast Ruric Thar.
You're good.
Sweet.
Resolves.
Draw a card. Land!
I mean, okay.
Pass the turn to Ben.
I will tap Landmore Waste to tap my Golgari Signet to cast Treasured Find. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Treasured Find.
Ben, you and Shea play creatures. I played this so I would mess with CGB, not you guys.
It's fine. I'll take 6 for
I
that.
don't want to hurt you.
I will exile that and return Assault Formation to my hand.
Oh, nice.
And then I will tap 2 forests to play Assault Formation. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Target creature with Defender can, for 1 green, target creature with Defender can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender, although that doesn't really do anything in my deck. But for a green and 2, creatures you control get +0/+1 until end of turn. 6 damage from that.
Nice commander. I like it.
I will swing my Kessiger Recluse, which has Death Touch, for 3 at Blake. Yeah, 2 gold tokens. You didn't want to draw me another one?
No, and then I'll
Okay.
take 3.
And then I will move my second main phase. I will tap a swamp to cast a Dark Ritual.
Are you really doing this? Are you trying to kill yourself
It's
as
okay.
fast as you can?
We're fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you take 6. Oh no.
I will go to 22.
What is happening?
This was not meant for you.
It's okay.
It's really
It's
risking
fine.
Okay, it
He's
hurts
risking it
me.
for the biscuit.
And then I'll tap Forest and sack both gold tokens for 6 for green, and I will cast yet another non-creature spell.
What?
Storm the Festival.
All around him are
It says look at the top 5 cards of your library, put 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order, and it also has flashback for 10.
Okay, take the 6.
Down to 16.
Ben, was it worth it? Come on,
No,
man.
it was not.
No?
with.
I'll play a forest in the Temple of My Lady. To scry one.
No.
It's the most painful 2-land ramp I've ever seen. You
You guys want to know the other cards?
You paid 12 life for that.
I did, yes.
You paid 2 extra
It
mana
would've
and
been-
shot
it
yourself in
would've-
the foot for an explosive vegetation.
I would have liked to draw the cards that I didn't get to. So I will scry 1 from the temple. I will keep that on top. And then I'll pass.
Draw. Tap in the water grave for a swamp. That's 3 for Hargilde of Thraben. Whenever he or another zombie you control dies, look at the top card of your library. If it's a zombie card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Blake,
That's me.
if I were to send 3 damage your way, would you block?
You need the zombie. That's fine.
You also don't even take the damage.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
mill.
Yep.
Just don't mill lands.
Hopefully no lands. Okay, so I'm gonna send Undead Augur your way, and then I'm gonna send these 2 zomboys to CGB.
Okay.
So these are 3/3s.
So attack trigger, you get a gold token.
Sure do.
That's not a pain.
Boop.
Yeah.
So I'll block. The decayed zombie is going to die anyway. So I will put the 1/1 death touch in front of the 2/2 zombie. Before combat damage, I'm going to use Signet and Academy runes to pay for Psi Master Thopterist. I'm going to sacrifice this Thopter token, and I'm going to sacrifice one of my clues, and I'm going to draw a card. All right, then with damage dealt, I'm taking 3. Is that right?
I think you mill instead.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to mill 3.
Yep.
And
Let's do
Blake,
it.
you're also
Let's mill
milling 3.
together.
And every time we hit a creature, you get another 2/2. And
Yes.
these are exiled. Hey, that's a creature. I hit
Relic
Thought
Warrior
Monitor.
Tower, Castle Garenbrig, Rampaging Baloth. So you do get 1 off me, and I milled 2 lands.
Moonsnare Prototype,
It's all right, it
Windswept
happens.
Heath, but you got the Thought Monitor.
All right.
So I got 1, and I gotta draw another. If you can hand me a marker, please.
There you go.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
In the combat step, the
Yes.
decayed zombie dies.
Yep, this will die, and then you block this with a death touch, so this will also die. And so for my death triggers,
I
Well,
gain 1
you
life.
sacked it before.
You
the
sacked it
zombie.
before the damage.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Oh.
That's right. I sacrificed it to Psi, so this is going to live.
oh, okay. So this will die because it has decayed, and so for my death triggers, that won't trigger because it has decayed. This will trigger, so I get to look at the top card of my library. If it's a zombie card, I can reveal it. It's not a zombie card. If you don't put that card in your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. So I will choose not to put it into my graveyard and leave it on top. Then yes, another trigger here for Undead Augur. Yeah, we'll lose a life and draw a card. All right, now I think I'm gonna move to end step and sacrifice this zombie. So that way I can draw a card, and then it will enter as a 2/2 decayed zombie.
All right, sacrificing that to Wilhelt, making
Correct.
2 more death triggers.
Yes, thank you. So I'll lose I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna do the Hargilde of Thraben trigger first. So I'm gonna peek. It's a zombie. Okay, I'm gonna reveal it. Plague Belcher.
Ooh.
It's got Menace. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses a life. And then I have the Undead Augur trigger, so pay a life.
And draw a card.
Draw a card.
Before discards, I'm going to pay 2, sack a clue to draw a card.
All right, I think that was all the things. I do need to discard. Cool, so I'm gonna put Relentless Dead into the graveyard. Pass to you.
I'm going to play Mox Opal. This has Metalcraft. You can tap it for 1 mana of any color if you have 3 or more artifacts. I'm doing okay on that front. I'm going to trigger Psi Master Thopterist to make a 1/1. That's going to trigger Altar the Brood twice. And, oh yeah, 6 damage. I take 6 damage. But each of you are going to mill 2.
Hey.
Signet Runes cast Lion Sash, which is a creature. So take that.
Ah.
That's going to trigger Psi and Bygone Bishop. So you guys are going to mill a total of 3 cards after all triggers. I'm going to activate the collar, and I'm going to move Basilisk Collar to Bygone Bishop. Then I'm going to announce an attack at Blake for 2 in the air with lifelink.
Make a gold token.
Yep, I need those gold tokens. And I gotta tell you, it's really fun to get them in this manner.
I'm having fun too. I'm going to take 2.
All right.
And you'll gain 2.
I'll gain 2. I'm going to move Basilisk Collar to Bjorna, Nightfall Alchemist. I'm going to use Oswald Fiddlebender. I'm going to sacrifice my clue token. So, before the chat roasts us, making the gold token does trigger the Ultra the Brood. So you guys do have to mill another one. And then Oswald is going to sacrifice and fetch up a 1. That's a 2-mana card. All right, the 1-mana card I'm going to hit is Witch's Oven.
You hate that. You hate that card.
I love this card. It's the cat that I have a problem with. This card is just a sweet, sweet card. It makes lots of permanents, lots of artifacts that I can sacrifice to do things with. Anyway, mill 1 for Ultra the Brood. Also, we just we did catch it. The Undead
Alchemist.
Oh my god.
Yes, so whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from their library, exile that card and create a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
You get 2 off me.
All right, so from my Ultra Mills, Shea now has 2 more zombies. All right, your turn.
All right, guys. So let's have a chat.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to draw for turn. All right, let's have a chat now. We got to deal with him.
Yes.
You said you have a removal spell in your hand.
Yes, I have an amendment to that statement. If I
Okay.
can go search for mega removal,
Mega removal.
how do we feel about that?
I'm
When
fine
you,
with
that,
that.
That's very vague. What do you mean by mega removal? Like a board wipe?
Creatures, yes.
That's fine.
You want to get a board wipe for all our boards and not yours?
Well, my damnation was just milled, and I don't know that I have.
All right, but you have to promise me you won't attack me until, let's just say till CGB's done.
Okay, until he's dead, I will not swing all out at you. It would just be a 3/3.
I would protest, but I get it. I get it. You guys are really screwed if this goes on much longer.
I'm going to play a Rootbound Crag for turn, and yours is instant speed. So I am going to start by casting Sakura Tribe Elder. Priority goes to Ben,
Okay.
then to Shea.
Okie doke. I'm gonna respond by tapping 3 to play Murderous Rider, but the instant adventure. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. I would like to target Spellskite.
Yeah, I will sacrifice Spellskite to the Witch's Oven to create 2 food tokens. This is going to cause each of you to mill 2 cards because 2 artifacts enter the battlefield.
Okay.
And then unfortunately, your Murderous Rider does fizzle, so you can't play it as an adventure. It just goes to your graveyard.
Okay.
I get 2 foods because 4 toughness on that Spellskite, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
I will draw a card off Sakura Tribe Elder.
Oh, did you take 6 damage for casting the Murderous Rider? Okay.
Thank you.
I'll pay 3 for a Reclamation Sage. If it enters the battlefield, I will start by drawing a card. And then I will target your Basilisk Collar with the Rec Sage.
Oh, my Basilisk Collar.
Yep.
Then I'm going to
You wouldn't-
tap, sacrifice a food token, and I'm gonna goad the big guy, Ruric Thar. Has to attack somebody else, except it's getting hit by Death Touch and Lifelink.
Goodbye.
So I
Had
will.
to happen.
All right, I gain 1 from the Death Touch. All right, and now my Basilisk Collar is gone.
All right, I will pay 2 mana. And I will cast a Sword of the Animist. This gives equipped creature +1/+1, and whenever that creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it on a battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. And with that, I'm going to pass to Ben.
I will tap 3, 4, 5 to cast my commander.
Ooh.
Because I'm based on all this mill, I'm pretty sure
You're
I have
delirious
delirium.
for sure.
Whoa, no, let's
But
check.
let's double check.
Let's check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I did
actually, I
earlier.
need to review
Enchantment, land, sorcery, instant. Yeah, we're
Are
good.
those the only types?
Yes. You know, I got 3 instants, 3 enchantments, 2 lands, and 4 sorceries. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
No.
Yes.
No.
There's nothing I like more than just absolutely disappointing cute tribal decks like yours.
Wow.
So Lion Sash is going to exile the 2 lands from your graveyard.
Okay. Well, that was rude. All right, I will go to combat. I will swing the Juvenile Gloomwidow at Blake. I'm going to swing the Penumbra Spider and the Kessig Recluse at CGB. So a 4/4 and a 3/3 with Death Touch. And when the 4/4 dies, I create another technical 4/4.
Okay, I'm going to use the Thopters to step in front of the 2 spiders, so those are going to die.
Sakura Drive Elder will stand in front of the spider.
Okay.
For combat damage, I'm going to second.
I will create a gold token. I will then pass.
All right.
On your end step, I'm gonna spend a gold to cast Vampire Tutor.
Ooh.
All right, so I have tutored for my card. It's on the top of my library. Vampiric Tutor goes to graveyard, and I already took my 2 life. Okay, did that on your end step, so I will untap and draw. Say goodbye to my gold.
Oh.
So that is 7 total for Kindred Dominance. Choose a creature type. Zombies. Destroy all creatures that aren't of the chosen type.
It resolves for me.
My Penumbra Spider died, so I will make a 2/4 black spider creature token with reach.
Command zone for Bjorna.
Me too.
Yeah, so move into combat.
Okay.
I would like to attack you with everything.
Sweet.
Attack
a lot of
me.
things.
Attack CGB.
Yes.
CGB.
Jesus.
So how much
And
is that total?
Okay, so
3,
everything gets
6.
+1.
Whoa, before we add it up, I'm just going to do something.
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
going
no.
to cast Dispatch. This says tap target creature, but if you have Metalcraft with 3 or more artifacts,
good.
exile that creature. And I'm going to exile Lord of the Accursed and try to save some of this.
That's huge.
Some of this nonsense.
Yep.
Wow.
Exiled CGB. That's 22 damage coming at you.
That's not 22 damage. That's
That's-
22 mils.
Yes. 22 damage converted into mills.
Okay, and every creature I mill is another zombie for you?
Zombie.
All right, there's 22. These all go graveyard, right?
Yep.
And then these all get exiled. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of my win cons.
Yeah, it is.
The Awakener is one of my win cons.
Emery.
Emery is a win con. Crashing Drawbridge is a part of a lot of combos. You get 8 more tutus, Shea.
Yay.
Crazy.
You have at the end of combat an Undying trigger.
Yes, thank you. So this will go bye-bye, which will cause some death triggers. So I'm going to look at the top card of my library for the Archghoul first. It's not a zombie. I'm going to leave that there. And then I will take 1 damage from the Undead Augur and draw. Okay, going to my end step. I'm gonna sacrifice a zombie to Wilhelt, and I'm gonna choose my Undead Alchemist. So then when I swing next time, it's for actual
Damages.
damage and not milling.
Okay.
Some
that-
death.
Yeah, so I'll peek again with the Archghoul of Thraben. Yes, I'm gonna reveal Diregraph Colossus.
Oh.
A zombie enters with 1/1 counters for each zombie card in your graveyard. Whenever you cast a zombie spell, create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. That will go to hand. Undead Augur trigger, lose a life, draw a card. So I will draw off a Wilhelt as well. I'm gonna sacrifice, or I'm gonna discard Otawara and Toxic Deluge. That's the turn. I'll pass it over to you.
I'm going to play Mishra's Bauble for starters. Everybody mill 1 card. I'm going to sacrifice Mishra's Bauble, and I'm going to look at the top card of Blake's library, and I'm going to draw a card at the beginning of his upkeep.
Is it good? Is it good? Is it good?
Yeah,
Don't mill it.
I am.
No!
I'm definitely going to mill that. But I'm going to mill a lot of things.
Okay, fair enough.
White, 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 and 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Brilliant
No
Restoration.
way.
Return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield.
That's a good card.
All right, let's make some room over
Okay.
here. All right, Mishra's Bauble, Boros Signet, Jeskai's Ascendancy, Cart Clan, Ironworks, Intruder Alarm, Underworld Breach, Mox Amber, Lion Slash, Basilisk Collar, Spellskite, and Moonsnare Prototype enter the battlefield, milling you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What's this good card? No!
Natural order.
That was a natural order?
So, Intruder Alarm entered the battlefield. Now, this is an important one because it says creatures don't untap during untap steps, but whenever a creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures. So Spellskite entered the battlefield, and they entered that at the same time. So did Lion Sash. So you guys untap all creatures. Yeah, I guess this only applies to Shea, who has creatures to untap.
Yeah.
All right, now I've got some stuff in my graveyard that has escape for this turn, and the escape cost is equal to the card's mana value plus exile 3 other cards from the graveyard, and at the beginning of my end step I have to sacrifice Underworld Breach. So I have to figure out how to do this right now. All right, I think I know where this starts. I have to sacrifice the Mox Opal to the Cart Clan Ironworks.
I'll take care of your mana.
Thank you. So 2 colorless mana.
2 colorless mana.
Then I'm going to escape Mox Opal using Underworld Breach and exiling 3 lands from my graveyard. This is going to trigger Jeskai's Ascendancy. So I'm empty-handed, so it's just draw and goes straight in the bin. So it's a Marsh Flats. I can tap this for blue, and I can use the 2 colorless in the mana pool, and I'm going to escape Psy Master Thopterist, which is going to exile 3 more. This is a creature, so it doesn't trigger the Jeskai Ascendancy. Oh yeah, yep, 2 mills here for altar. If you guys want, like, maybe we keep a D20 and just do all the mills at the end.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we're just going to track mills on 1 dice, and then we'll do them all at the end.
So we'll just, did we all do 2 though?
I did 2.
So we'll just count those ones down.
So now my Mox Amber taps for mana. So I'm going to tap it and use the Boros Signet, and I'm going to cast Oswald Fiddlebender. So this will be a mill. Then I'm going to sacrifice the Mox Amber for 2 colorless to Cart Clan Ironworks. I'm going to replay it. That's going to be a Jeskai Ascendancy trigger, a Thopter trigger, and a mill. Yeah, it's 2 mills. Okay. Yep, 1 for Thopter and 1 for Oswald. And the Jeskai Ascendancy trigger just throws it straight in my bin. It's another land. So I'm going to sacrifice the Mox Opal for 2 colorless. Then I'm going to cast it, exiling these 3 cards, and that will create another Psy trigger and a Jeskai's Ascendancy trigger, and it's going to mill you guys for 2. So Jeskai's Ascendancy throws Lightning Greaves into my graveyard. I'll use the 2 colorless to cast the Lightning Greaves. This is going to create another Psy trigger, another Jeskai's Ascendancy trigger, and another Thopter. So 2 mills. And I have to exile what's left of my graveyard, and because I have no cards in hand, I just flip 1 card into my graveyard. Ooh, it's Skull Clamp. Oh, how do I get to that? I'll equip the Lightning Greaves to Oswald Fiddlebender. I'm going to use the white mana in my mana pool with Oswald, and I'm going to sacrifice the Boros Signet, and I'm going to search for a 3 mana artifact. I'm going to put it onto the battlefield. It's going to be Academy Manufactor. If I would create a clue, food, or treasure token, I create 1 of each instead. This is going to be a mill.
Manufactor.
And also, since it enters the battlefield, it untaps all creatures. I'm going to use the white mana for Mox Amber and Oswald Fiddlebender, which untapped because of Intruder Alarm, and I'm going to sacrifice a 1 mana artifact. Not the altar, I love it too much. Am I sacrificing Soul Ring? Soul Ring?
Weirdly enough, it's so pretty too.
Oh, I love you, Soul Ring. Goodbye.
Good night, sweet prince.
Goodbye. All right, I'm going to search for Moonsilver Key, which searches for an artifact card with a mana ability or a basic land card. And that comes onto the battlefield. It mills everybody for 1. It's a mill trigger, which we're going to catch up on soon. I'm going to sacrifice Mishra's Bauble. So I'm going to look at the top card of Blake's library again. I have 2 cards to draw on the beginning of his upkeep.
Is it good?
You'll find out.
Don't make me melt.
You'll find out. You'll find out. I'm going to sacrifice my food token to Cart Clan Ironworks for 2 colorless.
Go 4 colorless.
And I'm going to escape Skull Clamp. So that's another trigger and another Thopter. And I have 1 colorless floating. It's a creature
I
that
have 3 colors floating.
a creature entered the battlefield, so I untap my Oswald, but I'm out of white mana. I'm going to equip Skull Clamp with the colorless mana 3 times and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm done.
All right, so we each mill 9 from that.
All right, Blake, it's your turn. I'm drawing 2 cards from the Mishra's Baubles
Yep.
I activated at the beginning of your upkeep. So draw.
I'll draw for my turn.
Oh, Underworld Breach is gone.
All right, I will play a mountain. I am going to pay 4 mana for Chameleon Colossus. Changeling, Pro Black, 4. Chameleon Colossus gets +X until end of turn, where X is its power. I will trigger Guardian Project to draw a card. Then I will play 5 for a Whisperwood Elemental. This is a 4/4 at the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library, and then sacrifice Whisperwood Elemental until end of turn. Face up non-token creatures you control, gain when this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. I will trigger a draw off Guardian Project. And then I'm going to move my end step where Whisperwood Elemental will trigger and manifest the top card. Drat pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I will flashback spider spawning.
So
I will make 10 spiders.
That's pretty
with
good.
reach, because I counted on Blake's turn. Tap a swamp and play Vampiric Rites, which says swamp in 1, sack a creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. And then I'll pass.
Tap in 6
yeah,
for Rooftop Storm.
the worst possible.
But don't get me.
All your zombies now cost 0.
Correct. So I'm going to start with Dire Graph Colossus. When he enters the battlefield, he comes with a 1/1 counter for each zombie card in my graveyard. It's 8.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to go for Eternal Sky Lord. So
Wait, what?
When it enters the battlefield, amass 2. Put 2 1/1 counters on an army. I don't have an army, so I'm going to create a 0/0 black zombie army creature token first, and then they will get 2 1/1 counters.
Yeah, but what's the other part?
Oh, yeah, that part. Zombie tokens you control have flying.
Just the tokens?
Just the tokens.
All right. You also have a trigger from your Diregraph Colossus.
Yeah, so from the Diregraph Colossus, I'll create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which is tapped. Next, we're going to go for a Plague Belcher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The one that when things die, we all lose
I
life.
know.
When Plague Belcher enters the battlefield, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses a life. I think I'm going to choose my tapped one
Okay.
for 2 -1/-1 counters.
Oh, that's like a free death trigger for you. But you
Yeah.
actually get another tapped one anyway
Oh.
from the
Yeah,
Colossus.
so that one will die.
So we're even then. And now I have some death triggers going off. So a zombie I control died, so everybody will lose a life,
Okay.
all opponents. I've got an Archghoul trigger. I will look at the top card. I'm gonna put this swamp into the graveyard. Wilhelt's gonna make another zombie, lose a life, and draw off of the Undead Augur. Then I'm also gonna go for a Tainted Adversary. It's got Death Touch. When it enters, I can use pay an ability. I don't have the mana for that, so sadly I will not be able to use it. And then I'll create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which is tapped.
Okay. Here's the fun part. Because of Intruder Alarm, every time these enter, they untap actually. But
That is true.
they still have Summoning Sickness.
Oh, that's fun.
So they're actually untapping themselves from
That's
the Intruder
awesome.
Alarm. I forgot about
That's
that.
great.
So all my tokens have flying.
Yeah.
All right, so move into combat and declaring attackers, I guess. I'm gonna send all my tokens to CGB. And then I'm also going to attack Blake
Okay.
with my Archghoul
Yeah.
and my Undead Augur.
I will be blocking both of them.
I will block one of the tokens with the Thopter. And I will, before damage, I'll sack it to Witch's Oven. It'll create because of Academy Manufactor, it'll create a clue, a treasure, and a food, so you guys mill 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. So
Whew.
move to damage. I'm
Yes.
going to take
22, I believe.
22.
So 16 and 6. Yep.
Okay.
And I will not take any, but you will lose your 2 dudes.
I'm down to 9.
So yes, these will see the death triggers.
Yep.
So I guess first I'll peek here, graveyard, and then undead augur. Draw. Yeah. So because 2 creatures died, they will each trigger twice. So I'm gonna do it again. Archghoul first.
Cool.
Take a peek. Reveal it.
Reveal it.
Hey!
To the table.
There it
no.
is.
Sarah!
And there it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's
oh
amazing.
man.
And then you get to draw a card and lose a life. Not that it particularly matters.
Yes, this will go to hand. Draw a card, lose a life. Cool.
All right. So two undying, or I always say this wrong. 2 decayed zombies. Also, these 2 dying is 2 death triggers for Plague Belcher.
Yep.
Yes,
So we each lose 2.
correct. And now, I suppose in my second main phase,
Okay.
casting for freezies.
So the loop is that you can go through the Lost Mine of Phandelver, and you can play this over and over and over. That also is going to make infinite zombie tokens. It's
Yeah.
also going to untap every creature as we go through this over and over and over. Okay,
Does that matter?
I don't know. So here's the thing.
What's the thing?
There's a Swords to Plowshares in my deck, but I don't have the mana to cast it. So what I'm going to have to do is sack this treasure
Yeah.
and cast this mystical tutor that can actually fetch it, but once I fetch it, I won't have the land. I need to draw it off my Jeskai's Ascendancy trigger.
Okay.
That's the only way I can do it.
Yeah.
So I need
Oh
to
my
literally
gosh.
rip it off this Jeskai's Ascendancy trigger, because once I put it on top, I don't have the mana. It's not there, unless I can find another way to make a clue or a food, but I don't see it. I do not see it. Shea, cut the deck.
Oh no.
Oh, wait,
on you,
hold
Shea.
on. I have to choose my card that I'm like.
Oh right.
Or no, it's the trigger is on the stack actually. Yeah, the trigger's just on the stack. Okay, so I have to do the trigger before I even search.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Shea. I guess there's no cutting the deck then. There's no cutting the deck.
Yeah. True.
Okay. You know what? For the maximum sweat though, I'm gonna sacrifice this Cluto. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice Hell's. I'm gonna sacrifice this Skull Clamp to the Cart Clan and activate the Moon Silver Key just to thin the deck.
And
yeah,
you could
to thin the
sacrifice
deck.
and draw with the clue to fit thin further.
Yeah, that's true. I could. So I get one more draw. Okay. I'm gonna search for Basalt Monolith with the key. Shea, cut the deck.
Shea.
I'm gonna be so mad.
It's a polluted delta.
Okay.
I'm gonna fetch the swords. I'm gonna draw it into my hand with the clue, but I don't have the white mana to play it. Goes on top. Draw it with clue, but 0 white. Proceed, Shea. Do your thing.
Okay, so Sararak enters. Go into the dungeon.
Do you have enough cards in your deck? You need to have 22 cards in your deck to survive.
Well, if she has 20, yeah. If she has 23, yep. Because she can go through the last
She can
one
go through
to
the last
room
one
number
before she
2.
draws, yeah.
Got it.
Do you have 20?
I believe I have 28.
Well, in that case.
Okay, so the thing happens. I go into the dungeon, and then I bring it back, and then I play it again, and then I keep going, and then everybody loses a life, and I gain a life in Dark Pool.
I die first.
Yay!
Blah! The
mic.
zombies! They got you!
Zombie. Let's go, Shea. Let's go.
Thanks.
Dude, that was very cool. Nice job.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Oh, we were all lost in the lost mine
Yeah,
of
yes.
Phandelver forever.
The dark pool.
Nice job.
That was awesome.
All right, let's find our cards of the game.
Yeah.
All right, we are back, and it is time for the card of the game, sponsored by CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code CGB5 to get a discount and support the show. And my card of the game, oh my gosh, this is the one where I felt like it was fate that I was gonna pull this off for a third week in a row. And I really thought I had it when this was the last card in my hand after you played the card that did the one-sided board wipe. Brilliant Restoration.
Yeah.
You milled me for 30-some cards. It brought back an insane amount of value, and I really felt like I was gonna untap and win if it hadn't been for a certain other combo that went off. So, Brilliant Restoration, really sweet. Glad I included it in the deck, otherwise probably any other card would have just left me in a terrible position from there, and that's my card of the game. Blake, card of the game.
My card of the game was Crater of Behemoth. Crater of Shehemoth got murdered by Shea herself. Pretty brutal. But my true card of the game was this stupid Curse of Opulence. You put it out early, and it got the other people to deal so much stinking damage to me. I got to draw some nice pictures, but you take your stupid card back.
Hashtag Blake is cursed.
Hashtag Blake likes to draw cards even if it's with a pen.
That was funny.
That was so good, Ben. Yeah.
Ben, what's your card of the game?
Even though I played this card on my last surviving turn, I always like this card if it's able to work spider spawning, because I made 10 little creepy crawlers. I had a plan, but it didn't work.
An Innistrad Limited Classic too. That's sweet.
I would have loved to see you make more spiders with your Ishkanah, but you just didn't have Delirium when you needed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was poor planning.
Yeah, because of someone.
Shea, the champion. What's your card of the game?
Yeah, so my card of the game is a Sararak. I mean, I don't know how I didn't mill it, but somehow I didn't, and it was there when I needed it.
Yeah, it all came together. All the mills led you to this spot where you drew it at kind of in a last-ditch effort, last possible moment, very dramatic, swinging at Blake to get the draws, and you nailed it.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a moment like that in
That
a
was
game.
awesome.
Blake, do you regret blocking? Because I'm sure some comments might, bring that up. Do you regret blocking the creatures, or?
Not a chance it killed you. Let's go, Shea!
Woo!
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
I was the arch enemy in this one, and I accept that. It's always cool. If you're gonna lose to a Sararak. A Sararak?
A Sararak.
The Archleech.
The Archleech.
Most powerful of all leeches.
Oh my gosh, leave a comment, and if Shea likes it, she might choose it to win a $50 Cool Stuff Inc. gift code. Leave those down below. Thank you for watching this video. As always, we will see you in the next one. You are cool.